Welcome to another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Still missing Chris Wright a little bit, but it's still always good to be on the show. And this week is like any other week. You've never let us down, and brings our arrest up this week to 4,620 people put in jail, all because somebody was willing to help us. And you can tell that was a busy week with 8 arrests. So, man, if we can do that every week, I don't know if we'll keep having room in the county jail, but we'll find room somewhere. And just keep helping us, and we appreciate that. Speaking of, this time last week, our investigators come across somebody who had been stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and they come across that over in the Morrisville, West Anniston area, and recovered a skid steer, a bobcat, a backhoe, numerous trailers, golf carts, motorcycles, just about anything you can think of, 4 pounds of marijuana, and $96,000 in $100 bills. So I just wanted to put that out there that we are working hard for you to try to figure out who is out stealing these items and what we can do to get them back. But we solved it all because somebody was willing to give us some information. So I want to encourage you to continue to reach out to the sheriff's office or local law enforcement and help us clean up our streets and keep them safe and make our communities better. So stay with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the first half of Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
We've all been affected by some form of identity theft or know someone who has dealt personally with it. But did you know that your child's identity can also be stolen? Our children's credit history is a clean slate. By knowing their name and other personal information, it's easy for criminals to use it to their advantage. The identity theft can range from taxes, medical benefits, financial, or some other type. If you think your child's identity has been stolen, run a credit report on them. If you find that accounts have been opened in their name, contact that business. Explain that a fraudulent account was opened in your minor child's name. Also, contact the credit bureaus and report this activities. You can place a freeze on your child's credit until the child is old enough to use it. This credit freeze will restrict access and make it harder for identity thieves to open accounts. For more information, you can call me, Nancy Hilton, at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, 256-236-6600.
Welcome to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, where we lock up the bad guys with your help. This week starts off with Amanda Paris of Alexandria. She's wanted for a bond revocation on possession of controlled substance and illegal possession of prescription pills and paraphernalia. Michael Bentley of Anniston wanted for failure to appear on assault, second, and manufacture of a controlled substance. How, who, when? We just need to know the where. He's from Lawrenceville, Georgia, failure to pay on possession of marijuana first. Dante Chavez from Alexandria, failure to pay on burglary first. William McKenzie from Anniston, escape first. Joseph McDonald from Roanoke, Alabama, he's wanted on failure to appear for possession of marijuana second and use or possession of drug paraphernalia. If you have any information about these people, please give us a call at 256-236-6600. We just need to know the where. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Hopefully you saw somebody in the lineup there that you have some information on their whereabouts. You can call us at the Sheriff's Office. We need your information and not your name. And of course, we'll have the second half of the lineup in a few minutes, but not before we introduce our guest, Captain Joey Stone and Chief Deputy Lindy Meter. Thought we'd bring them on the show this week to discuss a little bit about how all three of us got started at the Sheriff's Office and maybe encourage some of you out there watching to become difference makers and apply for the Sheriff's Office. We have openings in the jail, dispatch, and for deputy sheriffs. So with that being said, I'd just like to just kind of talk about what we've done. And in January, I'll have worked in law enforcement for 25 years, and I got my start in January of 1996 working as a correctional officer at the county jail, making $5 an hour, and I was glad to get it. So I know both of y'all have similar stories just like that. So Chief Deputy, tell us about yours.
I do. It'll be May of next year, be 26 years. I started out part-time. I started working out in the office, so where you come in and get your pistol permits. Things were a lot different 25 years ago. We didn't really have computers, and so you looked like big Harry Potter books that you flipped through and looked up warrants, looked up civil papers, and issued pistol permits. And from there, I went through the Reserve Academy in Jefferson County, and then got transferred out on the road and worked patrol. And then after working patrol, I was transferred into investigations, and was there for about 6-7 years and was promoted to sergeant of investigations. And then there I was promoted to lieutenant and captain, and now here I am today.
And one important part that you're leaving out is you were the commander over the emergency services team, which is equivalent to a SWAT team.
Right. I've been on the team for, I think Joey and I tried out together. I was on it before Joey, and then but with the conflict with working in investigations, at that time being shorthanded with investigators, I had to leave the team, and then Joey and I tried out back again, I think what was in
16 years ago.
So been on it for 16 years and was squad leader, assistant team leader, and then the commander.
Well, you know, and for all the females watching out there, you know, it's surely you're an inspiration to let them know that it can be done.
It can be done, and we need females too.
Absolutely.
We need females and males, but it's a profession where it's looked upon that it's mainly men, and it's not. Women are a huge asset in this career, and in the jail, dispatch, and out on patrol.
Absolutely, you know, and it's a good story to start as a part-time clerk, and now you're the chief deputy of the sheriff's office, so it can happen.
It can happen.
It absolutely can. You know, I started as a part-time corrections officer in January of '96, and ended up working in the jail for a couple of years before I became a patrolman, investigator, and was on the emergency services team, and have done different things, and so come from a similar background. You know, neither one of us you know, we didn't have insider track. Our families didn't work at the sheriff's office.
No.
or politically connected. We just got a job and worked hard and kind of made that happen, and kind of like you did.
It's kind of the same thing with me. I started in 2003. Pay was a little more then. It was $7 an hour when I started.
Make big money.
Big money. And so I started in the jail, worked third shift in the jail, went to school during the daytime. When I graduated college, I moved over and became a deputy sheriff, and I worked on the road for a while. Then I became an investigator. I was in investigation for a while, which was kind of my passion, what I really loved, and kind of got promoted through the years. I was a sergeant in investigations, and me and the chief deputy was both sergeants at one time, and lieutenant over investigations, and then now I'm the captain. So.
And in the sheriff's office, how some people don't understand our hierarchy. We have the sheriff, and we have the chief deputy, then we have a captain over the law enforcement division, and we have a captain over the corrections division. So you're in charge of about 50 or 60 people.
Yeah, we have 52 deputies, and then and then dispatchers, which we, our numbers are down right now, but we're trying to have around 18 dispatchers. So, sure. It's very challenging, but I love it.
It is challenging, but one thing I can say of the sheriff's office is we seem to have a good group of people, and I think the people that work for us, it's hard for me to say or people believe because I am the sheriff, but the people that work there, we're really blessed with a lot of good people, and really, one day, hopefully, when I'm in retirement and older, that I can look back and see where some people started their career at the sheriff's office as a part-time corrections officer or dispatcher or clerk, and let them see what they can do in their life. And so that's really, the sheriff's office has some really good jobs. It can be a career. In the day's world, I know that law enforcement seems to be a tough place where people want to come work. But what I say to those people is I challenge them, if you want to make a difference in the world, you want to see change, you can stand on the sidelines and say you won't change. But if you want change, you want to see things different, you do that from the inside, not standing on the outside. So we're really looking for for bright young people to want to come make a difference in our community.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all for staying tuned, and we'll be back for the second half of the show in just a few minutes, where we'll discuss some of the different divisions and different opportunities you have at the Sheriff's Office. Stay tuned for the second half of the lineup. Welcome to the second half of our Most Wanted lineup. Teresa Eckert from Stone Mountain, Georgia. She's wanted for failure to appear on use or possession of drug paraphernalia. Mary Moody of Oxford. She's wanted for failure to appear on fraudulent use of a credit card or NWNI, which is a bad check. Jacqueline Shale of Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana first and failure to appear on alcohol sale to an underage person. Melissa Hall of Anniston. Bond revocations on domestic violence third, harassment, and criminal trespass third. Leo Lang from Talladega, Alabama. Theft of property first degree. Franklin, or Frankie Ham as we know him by. Bond revocation, domestic violence, strangulation, suffocation. Robin Fortenberry of Rainbow City, Alabama, an NWNI, which stands for non-negotiating a worthless non-negotiable instrument, or in our world, a bad check. If you have any information about these people, please give us a call at the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. Hopefully you saw somebody in that second half of the lineup where you know where they're at. You can give that information to us through our telephone number, 256-236-6600. And you can always pass a message to us through some of our social media on Facebook and some other things we have there. And remember, we need your information and not your name. So thank you very much for your help. But we're back with Chief Deputy Lindy Meter and Captain Joey Stone, and talking about the Sheriff's Office and the opportunities that we have. You know, we talked about $5 an hour starting out, $7 an hour starting out. Kind of tell us about what the starting pay is now for different people in the Sheriff's Office.
Deputy Sheriff's starting pay is $16.08. You know, and if you live in the county, you get a take-home car. So I include that as a benefit that helps.
Probably
with your
about
pay.
$3,000 a year.
Yeah, you know, our dispatchers, our full-time dispatchers, they start at $13.08, and our correction staff, they start at $13.99. So an hour.
You know, Chief, tell us about you know, not only is the pay, but a lot of, you know, when you're young, it's hard to see the benefits of it. But you're a couple of months shy of getting eligible. Not that we're going to let you leave or go anywhere, but
Right.
and tell us about the retirement benefits that you get working at the Sheriff's Office.
Right, like being young, you don't see retirement age or anything like that, but it comes on quick.
Sneaks up
So
on you.
it sneaks up on you. So yes, in June of next year, I'm eligible to retire. Not that I am going to, but
25 years you
25 years into it, I can. And if something happens where I need to, then I have that opportunity. And so it takes a burden off of you as having a family and being a parent that you don't have to deal with, that you don't think of when you're 19 and 20 years old.
Absolutely. Well, you know, there was some things that some seasoned people from other agencies might want to know is there's a thing called Tier 1 and Tier 2. We're Tier 1 employees because we started a long time ago. Well, Calhoun County Commission has now adopted all of our employees are Tier 1, which means if you're a certified law enforcement officer working somewhere else in the agency you work for, you might have to work 30 years and you can't draw until you're 60. But at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, if you start 25 years of service, you can retire and draw then. And that's a big plus, you know, for a lot of our employees, especially those, you know, when you're young, you don't think about it, but you go from being young to being the old guy pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
It's amazing how fast you're the old guy in the room. You know,
Yes,
you're
that's
not
right.
the young guy anymore. So,
Well-
and being a part of the RSA, you know, that's a check for life.
That's a check for life as long as you live, and you can even do survivor benefits. If you were to pass away, that your wife or husband or spouse, kids can get that money until they die. So it's a really good benefit. We have good insurance. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it's the state version, so state insurance. And out of that, you know, when the older you get and you start having kids, you start going, insurance is very valuable, and especially when it's affordable, and it's only like it's around $150 every 2 weeks. In most places where you work, it's $400 and $500.
And that's for family coverage.
That's
Single
for family
coverage
coverage.
is, I think it's about, what, $60?
Something like that.
Every 2 weeks, and so that's a huge difference from single to family, but even family coverage is not bad at all.
Absolutely.
And you got medical, dental, you got opportunity for vision, so.
I got the vision insurance, and I've not had to pay one single penny for a doctor visit or glasses. I even was able to get prescription sunglasses, and I have yet had to come out of pocket to pay anything except for my insurance premium that I pay every month. But also, can you tell us a little bit about when you become a deputy sheriff? I can tell y'all when I became a deputy sheriff, everything I needed I had to buy.
Right.
I had to buy my own vest, I had to buy my own duty belt, my own gear. In today's world, the sheriff's office, we give you really good stuff, don't
We'll
we?
give you everything. When you come work at the sheriff's office, when you start off, we're going to get you fitted for a vest. We're going to buy your duty belt, give you new uniforms, and then as you progress through the training program, at some point you'll get, if you live inside the county, you get a take-home car.
You know, and having your own car is, most police departments don't do that. They hot box them or hot seat them or whatever, where somebody's driving them basically almost 24 hours a day. And, you know, the guy before you leaves his trash in there or something, but the sheriff's office, you get your own car assigned to you where you're the only one that drives it. And we have found that makes the cars last a lot longer because they take care of
Right,
them.
you take care of it when you're responsible for it. And not just your duty gear, I mean, it's all your gear, so it's not just your belt, but it's all your gear that you're needing for this profession. So we want to make sure that you're equipped and send you through the academy, and then additional training on top of your required CEUs every year, just to make sure that you are trained for this position.
Well, and there might be some agencies that maybe pay a little more per hour, but one thing we really pride ourselves on is giving everybody the best equipment we can give them, the best of training we can give them, and we're a great agency to start out at. And we really want to encourage anybody who is thinking about a career in law enforcement, come to the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, apply, come be a difference maker, make a difference in your community. Thank you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. This is a segment where we ask for your help on some property crimes. On August the 31st, a report was filed for breaking and entering of a vehicle located on Highway 278 West. They stole money. Between August the 31st and September the 1st, a white Mitsubishi Galant was stolen from a residence located on Grayton Road in Ohatchee. On September the 3rd, an unknown person broke into 6 vehicles at a location on Old Talladega Highway. Our last one is on September 5th, located on DeArmonville Drive in Anniston. An unknown person stole a red Honda Sports Track 4-wheeler. If you have any information of these crimes, please let us know at 256-236-6600. We need your information, not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Hopefully you saw somebody in that last part, saw some information that we can solve some crimes, but doing a little change up in our routine and let Chief Deputy give us our crazy criminal.
Well, you know, we're missing Chris, so we always got to add the crazy criminal,
That's
so
right.
we have to research that. But Joey, you like McDonald's?
I do like McDonald's.
All right, well, this one's going with McDonald's. In St. Petersburg, Florida, you have to request a straw just to help save on the environment, and this individual going through the drive-through did not like that, and so he orders his combo meal and didn't get a drink, and got really upset that he had to request a straw, and assaulted the employee. So he ended up, I think they said that a number 3 with a side order of jail to go with it.
It must have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Must have been,
You
must
know,
have been.
the one last thing is not getting a straw. Who wants to drink without a straw?
I would want a straw too. I don't know if I'd have assaulted anybody.
I probably wouldn't go to jail over it, but you know, next time maybe he will have a little more patience. But thank you for watching Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Hopefully we'll see you next week, but not in the lineup.